Okay, so we in here with a E30 Henna Red 333i. Shit, I really need to get myself a full-on mask. So the reason I look like this here is I've been in here, I've been in here, and the engine bay as well. So just be past it quickly. I've been into the engine bay, and I've been over to the undercarriage. So, right, I didn't want to start this video with me doing the undercarriage and the interior. Firstly, it gets very messy. So yeah, the nice thing is I could get everywhere basically. There is a couple of areas I missed, like over there in the fender arch. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come with a touch-up gun and go over that and get into the roof nicely, so that I'll do over here. Anyway, car prepped up. Henna Red is always a color. Right, body lines are straight. Our primer work was good. Both done. In the booth here, I don't know if I hit any misses. I think there is a miss here somewhere there. I'll have to get in there with a touch-up gun. So we're gonna leave that on base coat now. I'm gonna base coat the rest of the car, and I wanna throw clear out today. Let me get base on. I'll go through the car with you guys with base on it before we get to a clear stage. Okay, so I've got my base coat on now, but it's my first time spraying on the rotisserie, right? So I got the interior, and that was actually it was so much easier to do on the rotisserie, etc, etc. However, for the first time I've picked up a run on a bloody base coat, right? And don't ask me how the heck I got this. You guys know how I feel about runs. So this is something that we've got to sort out before the clear coat goes onto it. I got this here that's happening over here that I don't know what happened, and I've got this guy here, right? So my theory, and I wasn't even too wet, so it's a slight run here, but you're gonna see this, it's gonna just pop out in my hands. The Henna Red isn't forgiving, right? Look here, this whole panel came out good. So I got a nice clean sheen finish. Clean sheen, right? And I think it was here. Let's see here quickly. So just forgive my audio today. I need to go get my mic, and my mic is somewhere in the office. But I just wanted to grab here quickly and show you guys. We got a nice smooth silk finish on base, and that's what you want, right? So got a little bit of dust here. I got no other runs here, so I got to get rid of these spots here as well. And I think this is coming from me turning the car on the rotisserie. So it's, yes, the rotisserie helps with the roof. I could do the roof all at one go. Right, look at this. This is nice. A nice silky smooth. Right, see there's something here. Where was it now? Something, oh fuck, I can't see it now. See, I got a tough spot here again. So remember guys, these guys have been blasted before, the interiors have been blasted. So what happens is, all this dirt is stuck in crevices, and no matter how much you, see, no matter how much you clean out, right? This is the dirt I'm talking about. It comes out from the grooves, or from the roof, or somewhere of the sort, right? That we just couldn't get to. Right? And I think that's the dust I'm picking up is because, so see how I look, my god, I need a full mask. So the dust I got on here, I think that's coming from when we're swinging the car over, right? And this run here, I started off on this side here. So I started off on the roof, I done this corner here, and then I think I turned the car and then I flipped it back over because I forgot an area here in the booth. And I've never run on base. I'm using the same technique, and I've never run on base. So what I'm going to do differently now is, now that the car is done, the undercarriage is done, and all of that is done, I'm actually going to take this car off the rotisserie, put it onto our dollies, and I'm going to spray the car like how I normally do. So yes, the rotisserie, the plus side about it, you can get to corners, but it's not actually very forgiving in the boot, because, for example, I start here, right? Yes, I can get to the bottoms nicer, right? I start here, but then I've got to start turning the rotisserie as I want to start getting to the top. So the sky is in constant motion every time I need to move somewhere, right? And that's not, I should have thought about this before, but it's not always the best of in paint. Well, okay, I tried it. The rotisserie is also very bulky in the booth. So what I'm going to do is from now on, the cars will do the undercarriage, interior, boot lids, engine bays, and so on like that, and the roofs, the inside of the roofs. We'll do that on the rotisserie. But as for the exterior, I will stick to the dolly rather. So let me get the car on the dolly. I'm going to leave it now. I am actually tired today. I'm going to leave it. We'll come in the next day, or today's Friday. I'll come in on Monday morning, block the car down, give it another base coat, right, and then I'll show you guys after that base coat here quickly, and then we'll go into clear. Okay, so I skipped the stage of the last base coat, right? It's been a bit hectic here. So I got the third base coat on, but for some reason, like I told you, you can see now, sorry, you can see we actually got the car off the rotisserie and I got it onto a dolly. Then we got the car in the booth. I got first base on, and that I actually got it to lay down properly. Don't ask me what the heck happened on base. I don't ever run on base, but for some reason I ran on those lines. Anyway, we sorted that lines out, and I came in and I shot clear. And I really think the setup that I got now, I think this is working. Even though the boot is filthy, right? And we just don't have the time to clean the boot. It's not an excuse. I have to make the time and clean the boot, but we've been rushing, and I've got another two red ISs that's got to come into the booth, right? And that's full resprays again. That's interiors again, same story like I said, undercarriages, and still rubberizer and. So even though the booth is not as clean as it should be, our dust is actually better than before, than with cleaning the booth. So we'll talk about the dust now quickly, right? But let's just go through the panels quickly and let's go through the finish. So JD, come through here. Have a look at this panel here, right? The one thing I can say is that the orange peel is actually consistent on it, right? And it's consistent across the board. And that was my aim. That was my aim, to get this here basically as consistent as possible. So have a look at the roof here, Jade. This roof actually came out good. From the pillars all the way to the roof. Right? So I really think that I'm getting the hang on the gun. Okay, so again, consistency with orange peel all the way through, right? So JD wasn't here basically with the respray on base coat. What I done was I threw some extra clear into the engine base, so we just got a nice glossy finish on the towers that we can still polish out and cut out. And you can actually see the Henna Red is very messy, but yeah, again, look at the consistency on the left hand side fender as to the right hand side fender, and dust particles on there. Dust is actually at its minimum. So it seems as if the setup that I got is working. And I'm not trying to justify why I'm not cleaning the booth, right? But it works. Now have a look at the roof again at this height here, right? And if the camera can see what I'm seeing here, right, you can see the ripple, the orange ripple, and it's consistent all the way through. What you're seeing on the fenders, what you're seeing on the roof is consistent, and that's what we want. We want to replicate the original factory look of the car, right? Yes, I agree, glass does look good, but from a preference level to the pedigree E30s, orange peel, the orange peel factor is there. Another thing is here, have a look at how this side here looks. So I got some marks here, but the cleanliness here, and I always talk about those corners here. Right, and now I want to try and get these corners cleaned up, and this is what I'm talking about. Now it looks fresh, it looks nice, it looks clean. And then we'll just finish up here basically on the fender. So I've got one spot here. No, what the hell is that? But it'll be cut out. Again, consistency, consistency, consistency. So I think this method of spraying actually worked out very well. Again, the boot is small, it's a 7-meter boot, so now we've got to come and do the rest of the parts in. So we'll do the doors, the bonnet, boot lid, and the kit. That'll all be done separately with the mirrors and the ears and all the other smaller bits, right? When you're doing an IS, it's actually 3 sprays. It's 3 spray layouts because of the boot size. But I think this car came out freaking good, right? And I think this is, again, not cut and polish, no fancy lighting. This here is as raw as it gets. The one good thing that I'm seeing, right, is that like the E36 M3 that came out, the cars pushed in now. I'll do a video with all the cars that were sprayed, and this is now a couple of months later. There's no shrinkage on them. There's no pullback on them. There's no exactly that. So we're not, what we saw in the booth that day to what we're seeing in reality now is still consistent. It's still the same. So it means that what we are doing is correct. The procedure, that the long procedure that we are following is correct. And I'm happy with it. So you guys let me know what you think. Henna Red, something different. I'm getting tired of red, and I still got another 2 or 3 cars to go in red before I get to Aero Silver, not Aero Silver, Aero Silver, Polaris Silver, and Dolphin Metallic Grey. So, and then I got white as well. So let me know what you guys think, and I shall see you guys on the next one. Cheers, guys.